Hello, movie lovers. Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'm bringing you my new Blu-ray and DVD shopping guide and review for June 30th, 2020. I hope you guys do enjoy the video. As I said, I only have one review for this week. Things are kind of slow for me. I don't really expect July to be too much different. I've already started getting some emails about like August and September releases, so maybe things are going to pick up a little bit as the summer winds down. But I don't know. I'm kind of, I'm always kind of like struggling. I guess we all struggle to really just juggle all the things in our lives, our jobs, our family, our hobbies, all these things, and there's just never enough time. And I feel like when it comes to like movie reviews and YouTube, I just feel like the amount of effort I put in never really seems to come back in a positive way. Like I never feel like if I put in so much effort, I get so much back out of it. And I've always kind of tried, especially the last couple years, tried really hard to just keep focused and, just keep kind of rolling on. And I just kind of feel like it's time to step back a little bit and take a look at where I'm at and just kind of reassess how I want to go forward. I'll never quit, but I feel like I've put in so much effort over the last couple years that's really just put a strain on me, and it's gotten less fun, and I've had a little less enjoyment just because I've been doing so much, and I'm always like trying to review as many movies as possible. Whatever emails I get, I always try to review them. Seeking out other companies, trying to get their titles for review. So I feel like the first thing that I really need to do is step back a little bit on some of these digital movies, where they just send me a link and I watch it. And, I'm not saying I won't do those because, there's definitely some of those movies I really enjoy. A lot of times I get like RLJE Films, Momentum Pictures, Gravitas Ventures, sometimes Universal, and I do a lot of those and I enjoy it, but I feel like it takes up a lot of time. And whether I feel like I'll enjoy the movie or not, I just say, okay, I'm gonna review as many movies as I can. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. So for the time being, I'm definitely going to scale back on that and try to just focus on movies that I think look interesting. There's a couple coming up. A movie called Archive, and there was another one too that I really want to check out, and I'm going to review those. But I've gotten emails about 5 or 6 other ones that I don't think look super interesting. And so I'm just going to pass. Now the next, and probably actually the biggest time consumer I have, is updating my website. Trying to post movie trailers and cast information and all that. And, I started my website as kind of a way to legitimize myself and as a brand, and really get people interested. Not just like viewers on YouTube and people at home looking for information, but get the people who decide, okay, we're going to send you a movie. Get them thinking, I'm a little more legit. And that's been fun, but it is a lot of work, guys. Each movie that I post usually takes me about a half an hour to build the website. Now, I've created templates and everything to save me a lot of time, but just to get the trailer on there, the pre-order information, the artwork, the cast, all that stuff that I build for every title, it takes me roughly half an hour. Now, if I'm doing 2 a day, that's an hour out of my day just on the website, and it gets very little traffic. Now, I can't say that I'm extremely surprised because, there's already hundreds of other much more popular websites that do the same thing. So I think scaling back on that is definitely a good plan going forward. I don't want to say that I'm only going to cover movies that I'm going to cover personally, but I'm not going to go out of my way to see every movie that's coming out, get a trailer posted for every movie. A lot of times those things only get like 4 or 5 views, so is it really worth half an hour of time? Now, when it comes to actual physical media, I'll still probably try to get whatever I can. Like I said, it is a little slow right now, but I am gonna still try to get as much of that as I can. It is hard sometimes because you'll have like this week I have nothing, and the next week, not literally next week, but then the next week there'll be like 30 things all coming out, and it gets a little tough. But sorry if this bored you guys at all, but I just kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit. I like to sometimes delve into the personal stuff going on with me. It is my daughter's last summer. This is assuming school's open in the fall. It's kind of our last summer before she goes to school. I guess really you have every summer, but I've been trying to kind of do stuff with the family more. We went to a waterfall that's pretty close. If I remember, I'll post a picture. We went up to this waterfall, and it's a little hike, and I've been there when I was younger. We did that a couple weeks ago, and then just this last week we went somewhere I've never been. It was about 2.5 hours away, and you go on this tour in this cave, and the whole bottom is frozen ice. Like, okay, it wasn't that cool to look at. It is very interesting that this cave where we barely went down, I think it was like 20 feet down, or it didn't even seem like that far. Once from the top to the bottom, it was only a couple minutes. And it was like 100 degrees outside, and this, for whatever reason, this cave stays like 20 degrees all year, and so it's always frozen, which is cool. We went and did that, and we went to this big waterfall, and it was fun, and I kind of want to try to do more stuff like that. I don't know, maybe we all feel this way, but I always just feel like such a terrible father, and I just feel like I'm not there, and I don't accomplish the things I hope to accomplish. And so I don't know, maybe we all feel that way, but it is tough for me with my regular job, the schedule I have. I'm not around enough, and then when you add in 3 hours of working on movie reviews a day or whatever, it's just there's no time, and so I just feel like cutting back would be a great goal for me. I feel like a lot of you probably wouldn't notice much difference over the last, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. I haven't posted nearly as much on the website. And again, like I say, not a lot of people go to the website, so it's like not something you'd notice. And then also posting to social media. I haven't been posting, upcoming movies on social media. I said each post for a movie takes about a half hour, and then I usually spend about 15 minutes just posting them all to social media. So, you're looking at almost an hour per movie. And so I think, like I said, guys, I think just cutting back on that is going to make a big difference. Now, I don't know if it was last year, I had cut back on a lot of, I went to like just trying to do reviews, and I felt, I started feeling like, well, I want to keep the unboxings going. I think people enjoy those. But YouTube's real weird right now. It's like the views are down, and it's just kind of real weird, but I still like doing them. I think you guys still like watching them. So, I'm still going to try to keep up with those. To be honest with you though, guys, like I've recently picked up like all this stuff, just stuff I needed or stuff I wanted, like the Birds of Prey 4K, Amazing Spider-Man 4K. I've been trying to complete my South Park series. So there's like a bunch of South Park here, and it's like, I can't get through it. There's like a bunch of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's here, and just stuff I picked up, and I'm trying to get through it, but it's just a real time consumer. So definitely the shopping guides will continue. I haven't posted the July preview yet, but I definitely intend to. Gonna keep doing reviews and unboxings, but just gonna work real hard at scaling back. Recently, Mill Creek Entertainment, they kind of cut a lot of people, which I feel like they were a little too willy-nilly, like, I have over 5,000 subscribers, so I feel like that's something, although, the views really suck a lot of times, but, I have somewhat of a base there, and I see people with 100 subscribers getting free movies from them, and I'm just like, it's like if you have a pulse, they'll send you a movie. So I think they really felt that same way, and they took a hard look and said, the value we're getting from somebody who gets like 20 views for a $80 box set. It's not there. It's not there. And I don't fault them at all. You know, I feel like I can totally understand that, that they're a smaller company and they needed to scale back. So they cut a lot of people. You know, I was one of them. I won't be reviewing their titles anymore. And, you know, I feel like it's a positive though, you know. Well, I do, you know, like to review their titles and whatnot. I feel like they would always release like a couple TV series a month and a couple movies I'd be interested in, and they'd give them to you like a day before or a week after, and you just felt like this major crunch to try to get them done. And I just felt like, you know, it was very stressful, and I feel like, you know, that's something that I could cut out. That's not too painful. The only thing is like they would really release some good series on Blu-ray. So that's a little sad, but I think overall, you know, it is somewhat of a positive. And the thing is too, if they give, like, send you a list and they're like, what do you want? And I've had other people tell me this too, is that it's like almost like an addiction. You can't say, oh, I don't want that. You know, I don't have time to watch that. You're like, okay, I'll figure out time to watch it. And I just, you know, skip sleep, you know, sleep 5 hours a night, you know, get up, watch a movie before I go to work, come home, watch a movie, you know, and it just gets to the point where it's just like you're working too hard at it, and I think it loses a little bit. And I'm rambling on forever, I know, but, you know, I think you guys understand. I feel like a lot of people who do kind of similar videos and do review videos, they're not super like on top of everything all the time. Like I gotta be right here and get this done or whatever, you know. And I always feel like that, and I feel like it may be just adding too much stress on myself. And I always feel like too, you know, if these companies are going to send me a movie, I want to have it. I don't want to be like just sitting around waiting, and I want to get it up as soon as possible and try to promote them. But so let's get into it, guys. The only thing I said that I have for review, I'm just going to go over that first because this did already release, but it was sent to me late. Warner Brothers did send over Head of the Class, the complete first season, on DVD for review. Now, I think this was 5 or 6 seasons or so. And I kind of remember this show from when I was younger. I remember seeing this. I'm not sure. Let's see, it says 86 on this, so I would have been a very young child when this came out. And it was this show about this class. I think it was in New York, and they were kind of like all these really smart kids. They're like geniuses, or I don't know if they were all geniuses, but they're all really smart. And this guy comes in to be their substitute teacher, and he ends up kind of just staying on permanently because that's what usually happens. And he kind of falls in love with all the kids, and they fall in love with him, and they kind of just have this great relationship. But he's going to teach them all this stuff, and there's kind of like a principal there that they're always kind of button heads, and everyone in the show is like such a stereotype. Like they worked really hard to make sure everybody was a stereotype. Like, let's just take the principal, for instance. You know, he's an older guy. You know, he's not old, but he's an older guy. He's kind of balding. He has a ponytail. He's not extremely attractive. I'm not trying to judge him or say he's bad looking, but you know, he's not extremely attractive. He's not in extremely good condition. But he has a ponytail, and so he gets all the women he could possibly want, you know. Let's just say that's the kind of stereotype. And I feel like they really kind of pick on everyone and make fun of everyone for their stereotypes. Now, they did go a little too liberal with the laugh track on this, especially in the pilot episode. Like, I don't know, they thought if they added the laugh track to something that wasn't a joke, it would suddenly become a joke. And I can usually tell, even if a joke isn't funny, that they're making a joke. In the pilot, they're not even making a joke. They just put the laugh track on to try to get you to laugh, and I'm just like, oh, wow. Yeah, they're a little too liberal even throughout this season with the laugh track. Not to say there are no good jokes, but I didn't laugh a whole lot in this show. It feels super dated. Everything about this show is super dated. The quality, I don't want to say it's terrible for when it's from, and I kind of feel like maybe it was the way it was recorded or whatever. I don't know how this one was recorded, but I know they do say some of these kind of like 80s shows were on tape, and so they're hard to really fix. But it doesn't look terrible, but it's definitely not the standard I would expect as far as visually, but overall the visuals are okay. The stories, you know, I feel like the stories do have something for today's youth and today's, you know, just people of today. But I feel like a lot of it is super dated, and, you know, the lessons to learn are there, but, you know, you got to get through all this dated material to get to it. So overall, guys, I like the show. I think people who are a fan of the show are probably the core audience here. I don't think they're going to be pulling in, you know, 14 and 15-year-olds like, oh, I like that show. You know, I think it's mainly for people who are familiar with it from its original run or from syndication, not as much for people just jumping in for the first time. But I gave this a 3 out of 5. You know, I definitely, like I said, there were episodes I liked. Some of it was a little corny. But overall, you know, if you're kind of in my age range, probably check it out. All right, guys, now the part you've been waiting for, the shopping guide. First up, we have Dead End. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray. Best Buy $17.99, Amazon $19.99, Walmart $20.59, and Target no listing. Also releasing on a DVD. I didn't realize it till right now, but I don't know. It's not listed anywhere. Maybe it's not releasing on a DVD. Next up, Street Survivors, the true story of the Lynyrd Skynyrd plane crash. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and CD combo pack. Amazon and Best Buy $19.99, Walmart $22.28, and Target no listing. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon, Best Buy, and Walmart $13.99, and Target no listing. Next up is Force of Nature. This one's going to be releasing by Lionsgate. I thought they were doing screeners for this. I haven't received a code. I haven't received a code or a link or physical copy, so maybe they're not. But if I get it, I will review that when I can. But it is releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart $14.96, Best Buy $14.99, Target $16.99. It is also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Best Buy and Target $13.99. Next up is Orca, the Killer Whale, releasing on a Blu-ray. I have no clue what this movie is about, but I really hope it's about a whale that kills. It is releasing on a Blu-ray, Amazon, Target, and Walmart $25.99, Best Buy no listing. Next up is Evil Season 1, releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart $29.96, Target $29.99, and Best Buy $34.99. Next up is Brooklyn Nine-Nine Season 7, releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart $34.98, Target $34.99, and surprisingly Best Buy no listing. And actually, that is it, guys. Like I said, not a lot releasing this week, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video, even though I kind of went on and on about some personal stuff. But yeah, let me know if you guys are picking any of these up, if you guys have seen any of them. If you guys are familiar with Head of the Class, what do you guys think of it? Do you think it holds up, or is it kind of real dated? But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check out the suggest videos, and for more movie news, check out my website, BobsMovieReview.com. And I'll see you guys next time.